ARCA Series, fire in our soul. Wheels keep turning, never lose control. Spark ARCA Series, racing through the fight. Born for glory, built for flight. Spark ARCA Series, fire in our soul. Wheels keep turning, never lose control. Spark ARCA Series, racing through the fight. Born for glory, built for flight. Spark ARCA Series, fire in our soul. Wheels keep turning, never lose control. Spark ARCA Series, racing through the fight. Born for glory, built for flight.
If it's Monday, it's time for the Shark Monkey Golf ARCA Series at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Yeah, there we go. Welcome to the Slingshot TV broadcast of the Brewtide 100 at the Magic Mile. My name is Johnny Rapp, joining you by Justin Wilson. Joined by Justin Wilson in the booth here. I apologize. I'm a little under the weather here, so we're going to try to make this work. And yeah, our in-race reporter tonight, Chase Barry. Now, yeah, this is the halfway mark, I believe, of our season here, and of the Shark Monkey Golf ARCA season. So, yeah, Justin, we've been watching practice here, and yeah, tell us a little bit about what you think we're going to see here from New Hampshire.
Well, one of the things I've been noticing, well, one, everyone's giving each other a lot of room, so that's new, and I like it. But the cars are a little bit loose coming off the turns, so I'm going to be a little concerned on these guys' right rear tires as a run progresses. I mean, New Hampshire is pretty known for long green runs and some green flag pit stops, so we'll see if those things happen tonight. But I also see multiple lines that people are running. We got kind of lower line, and then you have that high kind of diamond line to get that run off the corner. So be curious to see what some of these faster guys are going to be running, but also the side-by-side racing that may come from the two different styles of racing. So definitely looking forward to it. But Johnny, I do have a question for you. Why is it called the Magic Mile? What's so magical about it?
Yeah, I'm not too sure, other than the magical side-by-side racing that we've seen here year after year. But yeah, I'm not too sure about that one. But I do know in real life they give away a lobster. Unfortunately, we could not afford a lobster here at Spark. But yeah, maybe we could send you like a postcard with a lobster on it or something. We'll have to try that out. But yeah, we're gonna move into our studio stories here. Once I find it, there it is. Yeah, so we were just talking about it, the flat track, but does that mean more tire wear? I would assume so. You're going to be using that right front up to get into the corner and the right rear to get off of the corner. It's going to be very interesting to follow that tonight. And yeah, our pit strategies. I think we have added an extra set of tires for the rest of the season, so you don't have to really be careful about when you take your first set of tires like you used to. But yeah, I don't think they'll make it on fuel, so we will see at least one pit stop from these drivers tonight. Have to keep an eye on when they do that. And then the thing that I'm worried about tonight is the dive bombs. And we've seen it here in leagues in the past where, hey, you get that run down the straightaway and it's go time. You send it all the way to the apron and try to wash up in front of the car in front of you. And it can make for some very exciting and very chaotic racing. We'll have to keep an eye on it and see if that happens tonight. And then our final topic is Throwback Week. You'll see it out here. It's going to take us a little bit to get used to some of the cars because everybody has a new paint job. Everybody's throwing it back to their favorite drivers and just iconic paint jobs throughout the years. And yeah, it's going to be very cool to see that. And the winner of their the best throwback design gets a custom poster sent with their car and all that. It's a pretty cool deal. Been a pretty popular thing here in the Spark Racing League. So yeah, we're excited about that.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to going through and checking out these throwbacks. Didn't look like there's too many of them out there tonight, but we'll be sure to showcase them tonight.
Absolutely. Yeah, so yeah, we'll move on into our points from the last race here. Here we go. Yeah, so we've seen it. Chris Smith, Scotty Sobczak, Chris French, Jody Stankiewicz. I mean, all these guys have just been putting on an incredible show up front all season long so far. And yeah, I mean, it's a tight battle. You see that, 7th through 9th. We have a tie for 9th. And yeah, William Cameron just a little bit behind that. And James Parker out the top 12 there. But yeah, tight field. It's been some pretty exciting racing to watch.
Yeah, only one driver so far this season has finished in the top 5 every single race, and that is your points leader, Chris Smith. But Scotty Sobczak, after that at Iowa, where he finished outside the top 5, that's pretty much where that separation that kind of Chris needed in our points battle here. Yeah, I mean, Iowa, you just spoke of it. Let's pull up our recap, and we'll walk you through kind of what we saw last week. We see Chris French with the Evan Pienta Designs pole starting up front. Don't mind the fact that they already have their throwbacks on. I think I waited too long to record this. But yeah, man, we saw some incredible racing last week, and man, 3 and 4 wide, all this crazy chaotic moments. And here's the first one. I believe this is the first caution we had where Patrick O'Toole kind of gets 3 wide, gets hit around like a pinball, and Jacob Phillips smokes the wall. Really unfortunate for him. Spun him like a pizza.
That's right. Yeah, this was, man, kind of the meat of the field here, right? And, they couldn't help themselves but to be 3 wide. And then they go 4 wide here. Devin Jack on the middle outside. And same thing, just kind of gets pinball back and forth. Man, it was just, it turned into a huge wreck there. Devin got away with it, but wrapped up some other cars and unfortunately ended their nights early. We see this. This is probably the moment of the night. Chris Smith with this incredible save. Does end up being a caution with the 8 going around avoiding it, but yeah, we'll take one more look at this. On board with Chris Smith. Just watch, you kind of see his hands in the corner there.
Still a heck of a save.
Yeah, that might go into the season highlights video, right? But
yeah.
Yeah, and it all came down to this, and man, I'm sure you're having flashbacks, as am I, of just the confusion and pain that we went through last week with this last lap wreck. Josh Ward, Rod Jones get turned by the 53 on the backstretch, and then yeah, Chris French takes home the win. 3 wide for 3rd place there. Laura Wiseman comes home in 3rd, and Yeah, I mean, hey, it was exciting, right? We still had a great race to the
definitely
line
was.
there in the top 5, but it was the cap to a pretty exciting race at Iowa, a fairly clean race too, and yeah, I mean, hey, it was a fun one. Well, without further ado, it is time for us to head down to the front stretch for our pre-race ceremony. We will see you on the other side of our national anthem. All right, and we are back. New Hampshire Motor Speedway, as we said, the Magic Mile. We're ready for some side-by-side action here tonight. And yeah, before we get things going, I think it's a good time to bring in our in-race reporter, Chase Barry.
Chase Barry, you got a copy? He might not have us. Radios must not be working tonight.
You got me? Hello?
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, I
hear
guess
us?
I left
Okay.
Yeah, I left myself muted.
No, it's all good, man. Well, we've got just a few minutes here before the race, and for the first time this season, you put down a solid qualifying time lap. Starting 5th tonight, man. How you feeling?
I don't know yet. I mean, I love this place, but as it's definitely going to be hard to pass, and notice it's going to be hard to pass, so I was trying to don't want to start back in the back, but also don't want to be in the hot zone at the same time. So took the best effort I could at qualifying and hope for the best.
So strategy is to stay up front all night?
Yeah, unless I get, turned, then I'll stay at the back and hang out. And then hopefully we'll make it.
Well, let's not have those negative thoughts, Chase.
Oh, never
Qualified
negative.
up front. I mean, you were a good lap time. I can see you getting hooked right now here in practice, but hey, it's going to be different in the race.
Yeah, it is what it is. Like I said, usually when I qualify or something, I just wreck out anyway. So I figured we'll do something better. We'll actually finish the race.
All right, man. Well, any final thoughts you'd like to say to those watching before we throw you back in the race channel?
Yeah, thank you guys for broadcasting. I know you guys want to be out here having fun. Spark putting us on, and yeah, hope you guys, I'll be talking to you at the end.
All right, man. Good luck, buddy.
Alrighty.
Oh, Chase Barry, I love having him up here. Well, another thing you'll see too is we have our heart rate monitor tonight. That's going to be on the number 80 machine of Rob Liedl. So we'll be keeping an eye on his beats per minute, because I know Rob seems to find his way in the thick of those intense battles week in and week out. So I'm sure that heart rate will be jumping tonight.
Absolutely. Rob Liedl with that Grizzly throwback. We'll definitely keep an eye on that tonight.
Yeah, so while we're in our just getting our grid here. And our race control, Randy B. Love him. He's giving some final words of wisdom for the group tonight. But as we'll get started on our racing grid here once we get everything pulled up. But right now, Chris Smith, points leader, finished top 5 every season, is going to round off starting pole tonight, the Evan Pienta's pole award, with a 30.491. Just 4 thousandths behind him was Ryan Rose in that 78 starting front row. Ryan Jones, right after that heartbreak last week, is going to be starting 3rd place tonight with Logan Threlkeld in the number 30, fan favorite. Be starting 4th tonight. Chase Berry, you heard him, right? He's throwing a throwback tonight of the Talladega Nights car. Be starting 5th. Josh Ward, hopefully tonight will break his streak of getting wrecked from the lead each week. He's starting 6th. Chris French in the Herbie Foley loaded numbers 53, starting 7th. Aiden Neese, we rounded off 8th. Ryan Hinkle in 9th. Love that paint scheme. We'll definitely be looking at that in the race. Max Koss will be 10th. Joey Stankiewicz will be 11th. And Benson Weaver 12th.
Right on. Yes, we see Laura Wiseman starting 13th in that number 84 after a 3rd place finish last week. James Danforth in the 88 starting 14th. Garrett Lane 15th in that number 8. Then Scotty Sobzak in the 81 starting 16th. Jacob Nickerson in 17th. Jacob Phillips in 18th. Followed by Brian Brobst in the 11. And Dan Berg in the 98. Row 11, William Cameron in that 48 car, followed by Paul Hahn in the 7. Jordan Ives starting 23rd, and Steve Vest 24th. Then rounding out the field, we have Cam Gillens in the 07, Rob Liedel with our heartbeat monitor tonight, and Patrick O'Toole and Nathan Gentry round out the field.
Yeah, A, sorry for the cough there, but 2, we do have a few penalties to address for going into tonight. We have the 07 of Cam Gillens with an EOL going in, and then Rob Liedel, who's didn't qualify, he also has an EOL. But we also have a lap hold from the 48 machine, so you'll see him on pit road, and once they complete lap 1, he'll be able to take off pit road. All of these penalties generally will be coming from previous races and incidents caused to try to help keep things clean. So, yeah, the kind of the punishment for causing wrecks, right?
Yeah, hey, it's to try to keep things cleaned up, and yeah, I guess it's worked okay. It could be better,
Yeah,
but
the last few races have been pretty spot on. So, definitely seeing a lot of improvement, which is great. But we're coming off into turn number 3, coming off turn 4. Pace truck will be dipping off tonight. Chris Smith has the point, but it's going to go off of the flagman on the first initial start, and they are off. We are green on the Magic Mile, which I'm going to look up why it's called the Magic Mile.
Yeah, heading down into turn 1, side by side. Ryan Rose hanging on the outside there. Unable to keep alongside Chris Smith, but we do have a caution. Looks like
caution right off of the rip.
Steve Vest and Paul Hahn is turned around backwards in turn 1 and 2.
I see Robert Bropes back here parked off of turn 2. Unsure what's going on there. Yeah, we'll definitely have to go back and take a look at what's going on here. Didn't quite make it to turn 1. Oh yeah. That looks like a little Robert and Paul Hahn. And it looks like Robert just kind of moved up. Just going into 1, yeah, made contact with Paul Hahn. That's not what you want to see on the first lap. And Steve S. nowhere to go.
Yeah, it looks like Robert just kind of missed the corner a little bit, at least based off of how low the cars in front of him were running. But yeah,
Robert, I mean, like I said, that's one of the beauties of New Hampshire is you can run different lines through here. So everyone has a different line that they run in these corners. And, Paul runs in that upper kind of seam, and that's where he ran. And Robert probably feels that he runs a little bit higher in that corner, and well, they met in the middle.
Yeah, so a quick reset here to start the race off. We've seen it before, lap one wrecks, and last couple weeks we've been okay, but yeah, definitely
They're just
yeah,
shaking
a
the
little
nerve.
too early for that. But yeah, well, that's what practice is for, right? But
Yeah, but there's nothing like taking the grid, right? Because in practice, it's all good. But the nerves hit you as soon as that green flag drops. But we do have some fans in the chat on with us here tonight. We got Heather saying "Go Logan" and Davis Morris also saying "Let's go Logan." So, yep, like I said, people's favorite Logan. He's out here running in fourth right now.
yeah, we're gonna see if we can get a better camera on him to showcase his
Yeah, it's throwback tonight.
yeah, I don't really have a good close one or a normal sponsor. We didn't get the the camera back in time, so just working with one that I had found or had, but yeah, I think it's about the closest we'll get here, and this is. I guess we're about to go green, but we'll look up exactly what it is. Oh, it's supposed to be like a Lucky Strikes car, right?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen it before. Regardless, pace truck's off. Chris Smith in command. He's going to take the green, and yeah, just leaves the outside lane, just sleeping right now. And Ryan Rose and Ryan Jones are side by side going off into one. But Chris Smith, good 2-3 car lengths ahead already.
Yeah, it looks like Ryan Jones is going to be able to clear the 78 of Ryan Rose and yeah, take over that second position. A little bit behind him, we have Chase Berry, who actually qualified tonight, running up in the top 5 against Logan Threlkeld. Thought we had an incident for a moment there, but
yeah, we had a little bit of contact there with Aiden East and Chase Berry going off into turn 3, but lap 1's complete. But you can just see these guys, how they just fan off into the corner, as I mentioned, with the different lines of racing. So yeah, you're going to see some 3-wide racing. But one thing I am seeing, even though we're on lap 5 of this race, is how loose these cars are getting off of turn 2.
yeah, it definitely seems to be a handful for these cars. We see Chase running his patented line where he goes down and cuts the apron off of 4, trying to get that run on Logan, but Logan's able to get by and put a little pressure on.
The turn 1. Laura Wiseman is around hard into the outside wall. Looks like Jacob Phillips is involved. I just seen his bumper fly and just skid across the road here. Not sure what happened. I just seen that petty blue car go around off in turn 1.
Yeah, let's go back and look. Looks like racing with Benson Weaver and James Danforth, Scotty Sobzak here. And yeah, she just gets loose.
Went in a little hot, hit the brakes a little hard, and yeah, I mean, boy, what an impact from Jacob Phillips. He looked like he decided he wanted to run an extreme high line, but picked a bad time to do it because there was a car sideways right in front of him. That's a bummer, too, for Jacob Phillips. I mean, I talked to him before the race, and he wanted to just kind of ride in the back and save his tires and kind of stay out of trouble, and he found himself in it pretty early.
Yeah, definitely a lot of front-end damage on that 56. Have to see if he's able to get that fixed and get back out there. But, yeah, watching Lara there. Now, I'm wondering if they are shifting tonight. And if that was maybe a downshift going wrong, or maybe just too low of a brake bias and getting up into the marbles on entry. But definitely something we're going to have to watch.
Yeah, that was definitely a case of hitting the brakes just a little too hard with a pretty low or pretty high rear brake percentage there. Yeah, because you can just see as soon as she got hard on the brakes, it just went right around. Tough break. Too, right? I mean, coming off that 3rd place finish last week and getting caught up here in an early accident.
Yeah, definitely in there getting some damage repaired, and yeah, hey, it is what it is. So we see now 78 of Ryan Rose. I did not make him this paint job. I was commissioned to make him one, and I still have not done it. Sorry, Ryan. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's going on with this one. It looks like it may be a throwback. It's kind of hard to tell from these cameras, but
I don't know. I just always see Martin Truex with that 78, so it's hard to not get that out of my mind.
very true, very true. We are doubled back up. Chris Smith once again with the lead, trying to hold off Ryan Jones this time on the outside. We saw Ryan have that really good restart last week. We'll see if he's able to replicate that here tonight.
Well, Chris Smith still in control of this race. Haven't quite seen that run yet, but we know how strong he is on these restarts. So the pace truck is off. We're waiting on Chris to fire, and there he goes. Yeah, not too bad of a start there. Ryan Jones didn't quite get the jump that he wanted, but it's kind of like deja vu, but so kind of the roles have swapped. But Ryan Jones just sends it off into turn one on the outside, and looks like he's going to clear the 78 machine.
Yeah, that 78 has a run on the inside. The Ryan on Ryan into turn 3. Looks like Ryan Jones is going to hold strong on that outside. Ryan Rose gets maybe a little bit of contact from Josh Ward there, as they're just about three wide.
Him. That's dangerous. Hayden East looked it on the sent it on the bottom, but Chase Berry kind of stuck in the middle. A little bit of a wobble, and you just see that line Aiden's running. He's almost on the apron, but we got a caution on the track. Yellows, breed yellows. Looks like we got Paul Hahn around over here in turn 1. Definitely have to go back and take a look at it. I think this kind of all started, possibly because how early he was in 1. It probably started on the straightaway.
Yeah, we'll go back and take a look here. We see Paul racing with Steve Vest and William Cameron.
Oh, yeah. Got elected there with the 48. I'll have to go back on a different view and see if Paul came up or if William came down. Kind of looked like from that view that Paul had come up the track a little bit.
Go on board with William here and see exactly what he saw. And yeah, either way, I mean, not a whole lot of damage from this wreck, but oh man.
Oh yeah, that's tough to call. It looks tough, but it looks like the 7 may have came up just a little bit.
Just I think it was a case of they kind of just met in the middle. It seemed like 48 was coming down just a touch, and 7 probably came up a little more than the 48 came down. But yeah.
Yeah, but lap 12, got to give a little bit more room. But no damage really to the cars. I mean, 7 looks like he's okay. Should be able to get it fixed. One thing to know too, Laura Wiseman's still out here. Looks like she was able to get her damage fixed up and still going. And it looks like, yeah, Jacob Phillips is our first DNF tonight. So that damage that he took with that incident with Laura kind of did him in.
Unfortunate for Jacob. He is our race sponsor tonight. And the series sponsor, so hate to see him out early like that, but yeah, we know he'll regroup and get back out here next week.
So yeah, it looks like Race Control is going to do that on the 7 machine tonight for that incident. But again, tough calls that sometimes these Race Control has to make. Especially
it's no easy task.
Like no, it definitely is not. But it looks like we're doubling up. Lights are out on the pace truck. Be going green this time by. Hopefully get this thing underway.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, all these drivers are still green to the race conditions, you know. Only ran a lap or two consecutively, so.
Yeah, we definitely, I mean, these drivers, you think about it, sure, we're 15 laps in, but I think, I mean, reality, maybe only 4 or 5 laps of really green flag racing on these tires. So these guys with these cautions may be able to pull it a little further and maybe only have to one stop this race if we keep it up.
Yeah, you're not kidding, but it is time once again to re-rack the field here. Chris Smith on the inside. Ryan Jones gets another shot at him on the outside. Chris with a great start clears Ryan Jones, opening the door for Ryan Rose once again to battle in the turn one.
Yeah, and then as they go off turn one, they all fan out 2-3 different lanes and work right now. But everybody's swarming back here in the back because, oh, man, we almost had an incident back here with Ryan Hinkle and Rob Liedel. They got very close off the corner, but they keep it going straight. But you can see who's that stuck up on the outside. That looks like Logan. Josh Ward kind of just moved him up into that higher line. And then Aiden East below, he is committed to running that, like pretty much putting his lefts on the apron. And it seems to be working out for him as he's really moving through this field right now.
Yeah, Aiden using every bit of the track and then some, and every bit of his tires, too, as we see him in a four-wheel drift out of turn two there. Yeah, definitely not surprising to see him down there just absolutely sending it on the apron. And, yeah, we'll have to see if he's able to hang on to that thing.
Oh, my goodness. Did you just see how loose that car got off of turn 4? That is definitely a handful running down there on the apron, but I don't know how much longer that 45 machine is going to be able to do that before, A, his tires are spent or his luck runs out trying to hold on to that machine.
Yeah. Yeah, Logan was able to recover from tagging the wall there, gets back up to 4th place. And
got another caution out here. And I'm not sure where.
Maybe Patrick O'Toole?
Looks like Patrick O'Toole. Yeah, Patrick O'Toole. He left the track so fast I couldn't find him.
He gets loose. Yeah.
Yeah, another little kind of single car wreck tonight. But yeah, that's going to put him out of it. I mean, that hard impact to the wall pretty much called it a night already.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though.
We have a moment too, Johnny. We can go back and look at some of these other paint schemes here. Benson Weaver running an old Jamie McMurray paint scheme.
Yep. Yeah, I believe that's, well, yeah, I guess that was from the Gen 6 car. I thought maybe it was an earlier one, but, yeah, definitely a iconic scheme.
Yeah, it's definitely weird seeing the Chevy SS kind of decals on the nose there, but...
Yeah, we can talk about Sobzak here, too, because he actually used to own one of these, I forget, what's it, Ken Schrader or Wallace that ran that that car?
Was it Mike Skinner? No?
I don't remember. But,
yeah, I think, yeah. There was 2 people that drove this paint scheme.
Yeah, he used to own one of them, and yeah, he'd take it road racing and stuff. That was a pretty cool deal. I think he had to sell it, but yeah, definitely throwing back to you know, hey, a car that means quite a bit to him.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's good to see a throwback, you know, kind of hit, you know, a personal side of it too. It's always good to see those. Is unusual seeing that 81 machine running back here in the 9th and 10th position tonight, though. Usually we see that car up front.
Yeah, definitely not where we're used to seeing them, and
the night's early though, so give them some time.
Still plenty of time to get back up there.
It's all a part of the strategy play. Well, the lights are off on the pace trucks. We'll be getting back going here. We got nobody a lap down that's on the track. So, yeah, our cautions are going to be a little bit quick here. But as we line up, Chris Smith still in command of this race. Ryan Jones showing his speed tonight as well. Still in second, but really nothing's changed up front besides Aiden Easton at 45, but he's going to be starting third row on the outside. So we'll see how he's doing on the outside. We see how he's running on the bottom. But pace truck is off. We're waiting on Chris Smith to fire it off in the restart zone, and he does. Oh, he actually kind of caught Ryan off guard because Ryan went, but he didn't, and Ryan had to hit the brakes to avoid any sort of penalty there, and it really stacked up the outside there.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a chaotic restart up here in the top 5, but still right on Ryan into turn 3 yet again. Ryan Jones on the outside trying to hold off Ryan Rose. We see Logan is really making that outside line work. We saw it at the end of that last run after he tagged the wall. He was able to get by those 2 cars, and right now he's up here challenging for a podium position.
Yeah, and then also look behind him, kind of fan favorite coming in underneath Ryan Rose, and that 30 machine of Logan looking low, but wasn't able to get the run off the corner, and now he's under attack and got passed by Josh Ward. So he tried to gain a position, ended up losing one. But he's running all the way down by the grass over here in the corners, and they're 3 wide coming off of turn 4, but he's going to have to give it up, and now he's going to lose another position to Aiden East. Definitely that bottom line right now is not coming in. It's definitely that top line that's prevailing right now.
Yeah, we see these cars, Ryan Rose and Aiden East, just...
Oh, right on the front straightaway here. Oh, I mean, in the rear back straight. Oh, man, we got a hard crash here, and people still piling into this. Ryan Rose
looks like someone iced down the track.
Yeah, I had just missed what happened. I couldn't tell if it was Aiden Neese get loose or if Ryan Rose came up.
Yeah, we can see they about made contact in the middle of the corner, and then Neese just gets completely sideways, and yeah, it slides down the track, takes out Ryan there.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it, and it's a bummer. But I really would like to ride on board with that 35. I mean, he came in there flying hot. Because his car is just absolutely destroyed. He can't even drive it back to pit lane. It's so messed up. So you can see, we can't quite see, the wreck has already happened, and then just the seized part, and there's a parked car there. I mean, nothing. I would say there's nothing he could do there to miss it, but at the same time, right, the yellow flag was out way before that. So, man, tough break, because those guys went from kind of minimal damage to just complete massive, I mean, just race-ending damage.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate. Hey, I mean, if you see smoke, you got to at least lift a little bit, right? But yeah, definitely unfortunate for Jacob there. And man, we see a lot of cars on pit road, and they're sitting there for a while. So I think it's a lot of damage being repaired here.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious on Chris French's, because he was another one kind of just was right there with Ryan Rose and did a phenomenal job of really not getting involved with Ryan Rose. He was able to really back it down, minimal contact, and I think majority of the 35's like impact was on Chris French, not so much Ryan Rose. So I think because I mean, he just ripped the whole rear end off that car.
Yeah, you can see it there. It's still missing, so definitely
that's a bummer.
It's definitely going to affect the way that car drives. Well, we're doubled back up again. We're going to try this one more time. Lap 27 of 100, and we were already on, what, our 5th caution, I think? Something like that. And
yeah, that was caution number 5, yeah.
Yeah. You'll see, looks like we're missing a couple up here. Rye Jones and
tire calls.
Yeah. About a third of the way through the race. Maybe a little early for it, but you have that extra set, so why not?
Yeah. Definitely want to go back and take a look. Oh, no. Ryan Jones just took fuel only. I had to go back and take a look. So he's trying to play that kind of long game.
Yeah, we see Josh Ward up here back into the top 3, second place, as he's able to get by Logan Threlkeld in that number 30. We see Joey Stackowicz up here in the mix now. And, hey, you talked about him earlier, Scotty Sobczak showing his nose in the top 5 here as well.
Yeah, another driver kind of making his way into the top 5 as well. Is that driver right behind him? He is in P6, but Rob Liedl has been looking very strong today, keeping the nose clean. A little loose there off of turn 2, but he's right there in the fight as well. He looks like he's one of the drivers that also stayed out and didn't pit to top off for fuel, kind of capitalizing on this track position game. But he's kind of under attack right now from Max Cost as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, we do not have Max's throwback. That's a trading paints issue on my end.
I don't see it either.
I thought we were about to have
he
it
was
but-
a Jeff Gordon throwback is what he was anticipating on having on tonight. So, bummer we didn't get to see it tonight.
Yeah, pretty tame up front now. Single file all throughout the top 5, all the way back to really about 9th, right? Where we see Benson Weaver trying to hold off Rye Jones here.
Yeah, Ryan Jones, again, kind of came under a pitting the woo! Ryan Jones sideways off of turn 2 there. Yeah, Robert Probst there a little slow. And, contact with him and William Cameron. Not sure if he knew he was there. They keep it going straight. Laura Wiseman's going to try to get up into the mix here. William Cameron gets loose off of 4. He holds on to it. This setup, or well, I should say the setup, these cars are very, very loose tonight.
Definitely have been a handful for these drivers. And, yeah, hey, we were close there a couple times, but able to keep it green. And that's what we like to see. Rye Jones making that move on Benson Weaver on the inside. See if he's able to power his way back into the top 10. Yeah, not quite able to do it.
Yeah, Ryan Jones definitely showing a lot of speed tonight. I mean, he's shown speed these last few races that he's been a part of. Ooh, a little contact there off of 2. No harm there. But definitely can tell that that outside line is definitely the preferred line to be in if you're trying to pass. I mean, you may have to kind of run that Ada Nice line if you want to really commit to a pass and just send it down there on that inside line. Because you can tell he is struggling right now, even with the rear tires. Both of them are just trying to complete this pass.
Yeah, that brings Brian Probst back into the picture. We see a slide job from Rye Jones here. Benson's able to do the crossover and get back to his inside. The battle goes on.
But now Ryan's in that preferred line now, and yeah, it looks like Benson Weaver's going to concede to that battle because now he's got Brian Probst and that 11 right behind him.
Back up here a little bit. Sobczak putting some pressure on Joey Stackowicz for 4th place. Looks like our closest battle in the top 5. And, yeah, man, he's able to get that nose just underneath him. We'll see if he's able to get a run down the straightaway here. Stackowicz all over the place sideways. Able to hang on to it and hold that position.
Yeah, we're hitting that phase of the tires where like the fall off is going to come probably fairly soon. You're going to see who took care of their stuff and who hasn't. Yes, we've only really had short runs, and this is our longest run tonight, but it's definitely going to start showing. But the fastest 2 drivers on the track right now are 1st and 2nd. They're running 31.1s, low 31.0s, while the rest of the field are running 4s and and a little bit higher. So those top 2 drivers right now pulling away, but Logan is starting to creep up there, losing a little bit of ground to him, but solid in 3rd place. But man, look at this battle right here for 4th.
Yeah, Sobczak able to get that run on the inside now. We'll see what he's able to do down into turn 1. Ride's really low there, and it gets flatter the lower you go. It's really hard to get grip. A little bit of contact.
Joey had to
64
back
keeps
off.
it out of the wall. Great job.
Yeah, Joey had to lift there after that contact from Sobzak, because if he didn't, he was going to bounce right off that outside wall. And that just killed his straightaway speed, allowing Rob Lidl to look to his inside going off into 3. Rob Lidl's not able to complete the pass there off of 4, so he's going to kind of tuck him back in line. But yeah, I mean, great heads-up driving from that 64 car to keep it out of the wall.
Absolutely out front. Chris Smith put just about a second on Josh Ward here. It's been smooth sailing for him so far. Clean track, clean air, and yeah, not much to deal with so far for Chris Smith.
Yeah, Chris Smith. I mean, raced with him a long time in these kind of flatter tracks. I've always seen him excel at these tracks. Even had to race him a few times at them. So definitely strong at these types of racetracks.
Yeah, we talked about Josh. Man, we've seen him a couple races in a row get wrecked out of the lead.
Don't you jinx it now.
I have to say, because I really hope he can pull it together, man. And none of it has been his fault. He just needs to, luck needs to be on his side for sure.
Well, I mean, luck, he is lucky right now because if you think about it, he's only been wrecked out of the lead and he's in second place right now, so he's safe.
That is a good point. We just saw Nathan Gentry getting lapped in that Penske throwback. It looks like maybe a throwback to the Penske Busch cars, right? Like Kurt Busch or Sam Hornish or someone like that, right?
Let's see. Yeah, kind of reminds me, yeah, the old Penske cars, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to go back here and take a look at Dan Berg in the 98 machine. Got the old M&M's throwback. The colorless throwback.
Yeah. Sharp looking ride.
Who was that? Is that a Kyle Busch or a Sadler throwback?
I think it's Kyle Busch. I'm pretty sure, but
Yeah, I can't remember.
yeah.
I can't remember who drove the. I kind of what is this? The Halloween one.
It might be. Maybe one of the years. I'm not exactly sure. I do remember seeing it though, but yeah, regardless, good looking car right ahead of him. Ryan Hinkle in a Wood Brothers throwback. Looks like is that like a Kyle Petty era Wood Brothers, or I'm not too sure, but
Definitely like the way he threw the Mountain Dew logo on there. It looks good.
yeah, it's some creative paint work there. I would assume done by Evan Pienta Designs. I could be wrong, but I know he's done a lot of his paints in the past.
Yeah, kind of looking through here. James Danforth in the 88. Old Mike Skinner paint scheme. Throwback. You know, that number 4 Kodak machine.
Yeah,
In
definitely
this case, the 88 JDP.
one of the most iconic cars ever in NASCAR, if you really think about it. Yeah, I mean, I remember having diecast of it and stuff as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Especially with the red rims.
Yeah.
Iconic.
We see Rye Jones really using up the outside line here. He's got himself up in the 7th place, trying to put some pressure on Rob Lidl for 6th. Nowhere to go at the moment.
I mean, surprisingly enough, too, I mean, the 91 has definitely made some ground since that restart. I mean, because remember, he went down, topped off for fuel. So when these guys start dipping off for our first round of green flag pit stops, he will be able to stay out. You know, I mean, probably quite a few laps longer. So strategy in play on that 91 machine, but he's still logging very quick lap times.
Yeah, we see using those rear tires up a little bit. He got a little loose out of the corner there, and yeah, he's going to dive it off to the inside and try to clear Rob Lidl into turn 3 and 4.
Yeah, that that move too allowed Max Cost to look under leader, but he had to back off so he didn't get up into him on the outside there. It looked like he got a little tight off of turn 4, and then, yeah, he's just going to let Danforth by.
Up front, it looks like, yeah, I thought these guys were a little closer, but yeah, Logan able to hold on third place here so far. We've seen him, he's had strong runs all season. He's been up here in the top 5, battling hard. That Lucky Santa machine is looking good tonight. See him riding down on the inside and trying to make up some ground on Josh Ward.
The last 2 laps, he was a half a tenth faster than the leader, and a second. Oh, I'm speaking out of line here. A tenth faster than Josh Ward, each one of the last 2 laps. He is reeling down Logan very quickly, and he's also reeling down the leader right now.
Yeah, very strong performance. Yeah, we've seen Ward has dropped off about almost another second from when we last talked about it. And yeah, Chris Smith is just on autopilot at this point. But yeah, we'll see if he's able to manage those tires over this long run.
Yeah, we're just a lap shy of being halfway in this race, but Chris Smith with that 2-second lead right now, but kind of looking further back too here, even some drivers running similar lap times from what the leaders run is also Scotty Sobczak, Ryan Jones, Joey Stankiewicz. I'm just massacring names right now. I'm sorry, but these guys are actually running faster than what Chris is running right now. So maybe kind of pulling that lead's not really helping him out right now, but we'll definitely see when the pit stop cycles start to happen where Chris is going to kind of fall in line. These guys are starting to reel him back in.
Yeah, we see must have been some sort of an issue for Benson Weaver. He's gotten passed by Garrett Lane, Brian Brobst, and yeah, now Ryan Hinkle is right there in the mix too. I think he maybe got up a little too high and then a wall. We didn't really catch it, but
yeah, I think the rear tire.
Sorry, we saw Benson Weaver and Brian both drifting out of the corner. It looked like a Formula Drift session instead of a NASCAR race. But yeah, they were both able to hang on to it. Brian loses a lot of momentum and allows Benson to get right back by.
Yeah, I was prior to that. I was going to mention the 80 machine. It looks like just the rear tires on that 80 machine are gone. He is just. That car is just loose as all get out on each sets of this track right now. I think he's just praying for either a caution or just really praying that we're going to be pitting soon.
Yeah, definitely trying to hold on to that track position as long as possible. He was up there pretty good earlier on, but yeah, definitely probably heated those tires up a little bit too much, and yeah, it makes it a handful for sure.
Do want to kind of fall back to our in-race reporter today, Chase Berry. I think Chase is, he qualified up front, was running up front, but I think he's finally decided to go back to his roots because he's back here with Laura Wiseman right now, just clocking lap times faster than the leader right now by multiple tenths. I think he just fell back, saved his tires. I think he's playing the long game like we usually see out of Chase Berry. And those tires are just starting to get to him because, yeah, he's starting to move now.
Yeah, makes you wonder. I didn't really notice what he did, whether he had taken tires or not, but he's always up to some sort of strategy. And I do apologize for those that were wanting to keep track of Rob Lidl's heart rate. That seems to have failed us. I don't know if it's a connection thing or something, but I noticed it was at 93 that whole time. I was like, man, there ain't no way. But
yeah, Aiden, sorry. Yeah, definitely did not want to interrupt there. Yeah, Aiden East was throwing haymakers going off into the corner, trying to get past Benson Weaver. But this battle right now with these four drivers is heating up right now.
Yeah, we see he's, after getting that EOL from causing that one wreck, yeah, back up here fighting for a top 10, just outside the top 10. And this battle is not going away between Benson and Brian Brobst and Ryan Hinkle. They've been kind of under a blanket for the last handful of laps.
Looks like, yeah. I mean, Benson's just kind of running that defensive line, but boy, these guys when they get in that corner, it's hard to keep down there, and they're just using each other to get around the corners. Now you just seen Brian Brobst just leaning on Benson Weaver going through 3 and 4 there.
Ooh,
oh,
Benson
he threw
gets
it
a
in
little
there.
Checked up and
yeah, he threw it in there. That was a power move going off into turn 1 there.
Oh, Benson's in the wall.
Got squirrely and tagged the wall there. You know, Benson was trying to give it everything he had on that outside. Probably tried to get a run on Brian Brobst there after that pass, and yeah, it just slipped out from underneath him.
A little bit further ahead, we see Garrett Lane and Rob Liedl doing battle in 1 and 2. Aiden East is closing in on this battle too. We'll see if he's able to get by them as well. Oh my, they get so tight off the corners here.
Yeah, it's like the guys on the drivers on the bottom kind of get tight, so they throttle up heavy to try to keep it off of the outside so they get loose, and then just being up top's just naturally loose. What a handful these cars are.
Absolutely.
Well, while all that happened, too, we did have a pass for 3rd place. Scotty Sobczak was able to get past Logan just a few laps ago, but Scotty Sobczak's already starting to reel in Josh Ward. He's about 2/10 faster than Josh Ward right now. But Chris Smith kind of hit his afterburners in second wind and has already pulled a 3.5-second lead over Josh Ward.
Yeah, incredible showing from Smith tonight. Yeah, I mean, that's probably the largest lead we've seen in probably all of our Monday night history. But, yeah, impressive stuff. See a little bit further back, Danforth and Max Cost. Looks like Max was able to get back by Rye Jones. I'm not sure if Rye had an issue, but
yeah, Ryan Jones. And like others, those rear tires are starting to slip on a lot of these cars now, so they have to be very, very careful kind of with that egg underneath the throttle, I should say, coming off these corners. So you'll see what these other drivers are doing, just getting completely sideways. But I'm going to tell you the two... Brian Brobst, Ryan Hinkle just can't separate these two right now. One gets by one, and then they're fighting again to back for the positions again. These guys are just swapping them back and forth. But these two, even in the midst of all this battling, have caught up to Rob Liedl. Oh, there's a big check up there on the outside. But they've definitely caught up to Rob Liedl. And that 80 machine's fallen back. He's already lost, what, 2-3 positions in these last 10 laps. And is already looking to possibly lose 2 more here.
And we see he goes all the way down to the apron and try to get as much position as he can into the corner, and able to make that work so far. But that 21 with the momentum on the outside, it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, but he's also getting held up by the 45 machine, who's right in front of him of Aiden East. But Rob's actually trying to make the pass on Aiden here. Aiden, we've seen how aggressive Aiden was driving through the field, and I think that took a toll finally on his tires as he's starting to fall back as well. Now,
yeah,
this is all for the battle for the 10th position, excuse me.
Yeah, 10th place, and we see right ahead of that battle with, well, I guess that's Nathan got another lap down, but we saw the 8 and the 18 side by side there for a moment.
Chris Smith up here, getting into some lap traffic as well. Just got past Paul Hahn, and now looking to pass Cam Gillens, who's now back here in the 20th position. Looking to pass him, and yeah, he's going to go high and let him go. Well, maybe not. Cam Gillens looking on the outside. Doesn't want to go a lap down here. But he's going to have to.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, one thing that works in Chris's favor here is that he has a 4-second lead, so he can be patient getting around these lap cars where, you know, once they get to, like, Josh and Scotty, it's going to be way more important which lane they pick and how hard they fight, so.
Exactly, and you can see here, the last time we spoke of Scotty Skobzak, he was a second and a half behind Josh Ward, and he is now within a car length of that 92 machine. It's only a matter of time.
Yep. Cue the Jaws music because Scotty Skobzak is here.
He's there. Oh, as he gets a little loose and tags the wall a little bit there. That's going to kind of hurt the little momentum that he had coming off that corner. He didn't hit it too hard. Should be able to gather that back up. But Josh Ward, I mean, is he gonna defend, or is he gonna let him go when he got to run? So well, definitely keep an eye on this.
And we see this battle still going on with Aiden Neese, Brian Brobst, and Ryan Hinkle for 10th place. Oh, so they just door slam each other into the corner.
Door slamming going into the corner there. I'm telling you, these three are inseparable right now.
Yeah, definitely the battle to watch at the moment. But, yeah. We see that 21 all the way on the bottom on the flat. And, yeah, the 45 is going to get that momentum off. But he gets loose. A little bit of contact with the 11 maybe. And, yeah, able to keep it together. Tags the wall a little bit. But
yeah, how many times I feel like we've seen more wall contacts here than we usually do at like 3 and 4 at Darlington.
Yeah, it's definitely, man, these things must be a handful to drive because we've seen these cars loose and tight and just about everything all at once. So, the 11's pitting.
Yeah. Well, while that's happening, we have a battle for second place as well. Scotty Skobzak looking underneath Josh Ward, and yeah, he makes the pass on the bottom there. And Logan is also caught up to this as well. And in the midst of that battling, they've lost almost a second and a half of what they already, were behind on Chris Smith. So when these cars get side by side and they're battling, I mean, Chris Smith is just pulling even further away. And look at this, Danforth up here in the mix as well, running in 5th. Strong showing here late in this run from that 88 machine. And he's down there, way down there by the inside wall coming off of turn 2. And it's pretty much, a nose ahead of Logan as they go off into 3.
Yeah, and you say that, and I see Max Koss too, but I believe he has already pitted. And,
yeah, Mike Koss is on fresh tires here, catching up to this fray. So he's going to try and make his way through this as quickly as possible while these guys on older tires are barely hanging on.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out because I believe they are going to have to still pit at least for fuel up here. And yeah, we'll have to see if the fuel-only strategy versus what I assume is tires strategy will prevail.
Yeah, and these guys are trying to take advantage of this early set of tires. I mean, this being the kind of first pit stop of the night, taking tires, they do have an extra set sitting on the wall as well. So anticipating a late yellow, they'll have a set of tires. So trying to take advantage of the track position while they can, because when these leaders pit, they should be that much further ahead while they're on their fresh tires already.
And we see this group is catching a battle between Steve Vest and Paul Hahn. As we see, they made a little bit of contact there on the exit. Paul Hahn has still quite a bit of damage from that, one of those earlier incidents. We see Max Koss able to use those fresh tires on the outside and clear. And yeah, now Sobzak back here in second place is gonna have to manage his way through the lap traffic. Looks like Paul is going to stay high, so we'll see if Sobzak's able to get by him here.
Yeah, what a just a mess that's happening right here. So they're getting through the lap traffic here as Scotty's going to look low underneath Paul Hahn. Paul's just going to lift it, but he pulls right in front of Josh Ward. Contact between the two. Danforth's going to take the inside line, and it looks like, yeah, he's going to clear Josh Ward. Almost just the nose there. Close contact there between Paul Hahn and Josh Ward. We could have kept the streak alive, but we didn't. We made it through. Yeah, and that whole ordeal, Danforth makes a position up as they were going through all that lap traffic. But, man, I just love the line that he's running right now. You see that he's kind of running that middle line and then just taking it to the inside wall coming off turn 2. Seems to be working out for him.
Yeah, we see it here. It's not really doing it in 3 and 4, which it is an option. But yeah, we'll see his line right here. He gets a run underneath his Sobzak on in the 1, right down to the blue line. And then here is where he checks it up just a touch and cuts it down the track. Look at that. He's able to just blow by Scotty Sobzak right there on that line.
Yeah, I know. Look at the speed off of that 88 machine today. Good to see a good solid drive from that from him tonight. As we're just 2 laps shy of 20 to go, we should be seeing these leaders pit soon. I'm assuming. I'm not sure what our fuel window is. Yeah, Scotty Sobzak made the call. See the hand out the window. He's pitting this time. So, yeah, we should be seeing our leaders all start to filter down pit road with a 20-lap dash. So with Scotty pitting, I'm curious to see if Chris Smith's makes the call. I mean, Chris has such a huge lead, so he really has that buffer. But I'm sure Scotty's going to start the train of cars that are going to start coming down pit road, and one of those being Joey Stankiewicz behind him.
Yeah, we'll have to see where they all pan out. And, yeah, I would imagine...
Actually, I want to bring up just something that I thought of, right? Remember Ryan Jones pitted fairly late into this run. He pitted on lap 24 or 25, I believe. So Ryan Jones may be in the fuel window to make it to the end of this race. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on that. He's one of the drivers that pitted there while the others all stayed out.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And yeah, I mean, if you do the math there, there's these guys are pitting with 20 to go, so they made it 80 laps. So Ryan should be good to go to the end.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see. But can his tires uphold what these fresh tires can run? Because fresh tires can run almost 2 seconds a lap faster towards the beginning of that run. So we'll definitely keep an eye out. As you can see, yeah, Josh Ward coming off pit road here. And he's coming out on pit road into a hornet's nest of other drivers. Joey Stankiewicz, who pitted, he's on fresh tires. He's right behind Josh Ward there, but that's Chris French as he's trying to make a move. So looks like, yeah, Scotty Phillips was able to, Scotty Phillips, who am I talking? Scotty Sobzak was able to come out of pit road in front of Josh Ward, but the battle between them are still pretty tight as they were before they went down pit road.
Absolutely. It looks like Chris Smith has decided to bring that thing to pit road. See if he's getting at least right side tires on that 28 machine. That hands the lead over to Rye Jones.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious to see what the fuel window is for that 91. I mean, if math all adds up, but we did have a lot of cautions at the beginning, so they were able to extend it, but Ryan Jones may have made the call of the race, so we'll keep an eye on that. But on things that happen on pit road, so Logan pitted a little bit earlier, and he has leapfrogged both Scotty Sobzak and Josh Ward there, because keep in mind they had that battle going on. And he's
Max
about
Cost also
2 seconds.
leapfrogged Chris Smith here. We saw he had pitted very early.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris Smith's going to, pay no mind to that as well, because he's already running almost a second faster than what Max Cost is running right now. So, but Logan Threckeld is only, 3 seconds behind our previous leader of Chris Smith. So Logan did a pretty good pick call there, because now he's just had to worry about keeping those guys behind him. And he's only just a lap or two on older tires than those two.
Yeah, we see Chris was able to get by Cost there. And I'll tell you what, Ryan Jones is sweating right now, because Chris Smith is only 8 seconds behind, and he is gaining, it looks like at least a half a second a lap, I would say.
Well, he's 19 seconds behind, but yeah, and then Ryan Jones just had a very, very close call with Cam Gillens. Cam Gillens actually hit him off of turn 4 while trying to pass. So yeah, he's sweating right now, because now he's got all those fresh tires behind him that are going to be coming up to him very quickly, and he's going to have to try to let them by without losing as much speed as possible. Yeah, because as you mentioned, with only 15 laps to go, Chris Smith is 17 seconds behind, but he's running a second and a half to 2 seconds faster. So Chris will probably catch him at the very end of this.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I definitely was looking at the wrong interval, but
that's all right. That's why I'm here.
It's okay. Keep me honest, Yeah, we saw a bit of a moment there with Garrett Lane and Paul Hahn, and looks like maybe Aiden Neese too. But Garrett Lane is still holding off in second. Let's see, did he pit when Ryan Jones did? It looks like he did, so he should also be good to go to the end.
And so did Chase Berry. So right, our notorious Chase Berry strategy. And Chase is running up here in third, but he's actually running faster than Ryan Jones. He's actually gaining on Ryan Jones. But Chris Smith, I mean, he's got open track, free of any kind of dirty air, and he is moving right now. 30.9 was his last lap, while Ryan Jones was a 32.1. So 2 seconds that last lap faster than Ryan Jones. But keep in mind, we're coming to 11 laps to go. It's going to be close, Johnny. It's going to be close.
Yeah, definitely. Man, it's going to be a nail-biter right down to the end here. Yeah, we see Chase Berry running in third place there. He said he's just a bit faster than Rye at the moment. And yeah, I mean, see right there, 3/10 the last lap. So
yeah, he's definitely gaining on that 91. But see, the thing is if they're able to run this out to the end and Chase is able to catch Garrett and Ryan, he cannot hesitate on trying to pass them, because if they start slowing each other up, right, who's the hard charger coming in?
Yes. Yeah, we see Laura up here also pitted on that lap. Might be able to salvage a top 5 out of this race. It'd be 2 top 5s in a row for Laura if she's able to make that happen. But Chris Smith is hot on her tail. Just a couple seconds behind Laura now, and 9 seconds behind the lead.
We're going to have a battle for the lead here in the next lap or two, but Garrett Lane is actually running faster than Ryan Jones, and he has caught him. These last few laps, Ryan Jones has been sideways off the corner, and here is Garrett Lane in the number 8 looking to make the pass on Ryan Jones for the lead. And Chase Berry heavy and coming in behind him as well.
Ryan got a little high there, a little loose, and Garrett Lane's going to look to the inside. Yeah, we see Ryan might have used up the good in those tires early on, and Garrett Lane is taking advantage of it.
Yeah, contact between the two, and this is going to check them both up, and Chris Smith's running a second and a half faster. He's 9 seconds back now, and these guys are a three-way battle for the lead. They got to settle this out if they even want a shot at this, but Garrett Lane, new leader, with only coming to 8 laps to go, but Ryan Jones isn't having it. He wants it back as they dive off into one. He's going to throw the slider, pull right up in front of Garrett. Garrett's going to cross over, but also so is Chase Berry. I think Ryan's move is going to put him behind. The contact between them. Yeah, Ryan Jones, what a save. What a save. And that's going to pretty much put him out of this one. But now it's down to Chase Berry, our in-race reporter, and Garrett Lane. But Chase has been running 3/10 faster than this group. So they're going to be battling it out as well here. But Chris Smith now 7 seconds behind. And we have 7 laps to go. It's going to be close, Johnny.
It's all going to come down to how hard these guys race for the lead and how much time they give up doing so. But we see right here from the tail of Garrett Lane, he's maybe putting a little bit of distance on Chase Berry. Chase tagged the wall just a touch there.
Yeah. Tagged the wall, and Ryan Hinkle now on a little bit fresher tires is now battling him. Chase has got to regather his kind of thoughts here as they battle through. I know Chase Berry, I mean, he was talking about this race all week. He was looking forward to this race, and here he is in a position to win, but he's got one car between him and the leader of a lap car who's trying to get his lap back here.
Definitely could spice things up as Ryan Hickle.
6 seconds back, man. I'm just watching that interval. Chris Smith is driving so deep into these corners right now, trying to gain on him. He can't quite see him, but if you look in front of him, there is a slew of lap traffic in front of them before they get off. So the leaders are going off into turn 1 now, and all of those cars Chris Smith's going to have to pass with 5 laps to go. But the battle's on for the lead again. Chase Berry's right on the right on the back bumper. Is he going to sail on N3? No, he thinks better of it. He's going to back off early. Garrett throws it in, though, gets a little loose. That's going to allow Chase to get that run off the corner. Is he going to be able to do anything with it? Doesn't look like. He's getting real tight off of turn 4. Chase Berry, that is. But now he's got another lap car. Benson Weaver is going to be trying to fight for his lead spot back in case a yellow comes out. Man, what the strategy tonight.
It's all over the board. We had people that pitted early on that run. We had people that pitted under caution trying to make it on fuel. And then we have Chris Smith, a rocket ship right now, 4 seconds behind the lead. Probably just a little too late.
3 wide up here with the leaders right now. Benson. Yeah, Benson's going to back off. Smart move on Benson, but Chase Berry has the preferred line. Chase is going around the outside of Garrett, but Benson's also looking low. They're again 3 wide. Lap car on the inside, leaders on the outside, and Chase makes the pass. New leader, 46, and that throwback there of Talladega Nights. Now Benson Weaver's going to try to make that, but also Dan Berg back here, William Cameron, all these lap cars trying to get back on the lead lap. Looks like Chris Smith has cleared Ryan Jones, so Chris Smith, P3, as we're coming to 2 laps to go.
Oh, Garrett Lane. Oh, he sends it on the inside. He's sideways. He's able to save it.
He saved it. That would have been race ending. But, oh, who's that spinning back there? Is that William Cameron? Yes. They keep it going straight. That would have been race ending for Chase Berry. Chase needs to just get to the line and throw the white. Chris Smith is not going to be able to catch him.
And
almost there. White flag in the air. The next flag is going to end this race, which is going to be the checkered Chase Berry strategy. The Chase Berry strategy ends up pulling off tonight as long as he can make it one more set of corners. Chris Smith trying to battle for second place here. He caught Garrett Lane. I don't see if he's able to make the move going off into turn 3 here. Sends it up onto the outside. Yeah, he's going to clear him, but just not enough to catch Chase Berry. Chase Berry off turn number 4 here to win at New Hampshire. I know he's happy about that one. I know he's happy. He's looking forward to that one all night or all week.
Yeah, great run from Chase there, and we saw Chris Smith just 1 position shy. That great rally back after a late pit stop, able to get by Garrett Lane there in the last turn. Man, what an incredible race. Man,
who would have thought that fuel strategy was going to be the play tonight? What a run from these guys. I mean, yeah, we're off to a rough start, but hell of a finish to this one. We had no idea who was going to win this thing. I mean, we thought Chris Smith had it in the bags.
Yeah, man, that was that was a packed race, you know, full of all kinds of excitement. started off a little rough, Hey, we had some cautions. We got them out of the way early, and we had definitely one of our longest runs ever on our Monday night series. So incredible job by these guys. Yeah, I think real quick before we get into our winner interviews, we're going to head over to our Whiplash Sim Cams commercial, and we'll see you on the other end of that.
Yeah, I'll get him.
All right.
All right. And we are back, and let me get with our third place finisher. First podium of the year. Garrett Lane, you got a copy? Calling Garrett. 1, 2, 3. All right, we'll try again later. Johnny, you got caught up with Chris Smith?
Gotcha.
Yes, I did. Chris Smith, man, one position short there. Were you really expecting that that early pit cycle, pitting under caution like they did to play out the way it did?
I can safely say no. I did not expect that. Yeah, that's a real bummer. But that's, as they say, that's just racing. And yeah, kudos to everybody for getting it together and going green to the end there.
Yeah, it was definitely man, it was one of the better races we've seen. It started off pretty rough, but it cleaned up, and man, you walked the field for the better part of that race. Take us through how the car drove, and if there was any tire management or anything you were doing, because nobody had anything for you in the beginning there.
Yeah, it was all tire management. I was just trying to maintain the gap there for about the first 20 laps there, and just kind of wanted to. The setup was awesome. I love the setup. Anything where you got to sort of manage throttle, I feel like that kind of plays into my favor. So that was a lot of fun, and on that pit stop right there, right rear was a little bit more wore out than the right front. I was trying to keep them fairly close together. So yeah, this is probably the first time here that I've had a setup kind of like this, and I've never really been all that great here before, and so I really wasn't all that optimistic coming into tonight. But when I got out here and started feeling the way this thing was driving, I was starting to feel a little bit better, and yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Definitely a heck of a show, and yeah, man, that little you got by Garrett Lane there right in the last quarter. It looked like, if I remember right, you went to the outside, able to make it by him. A great recovery from I guess the wrong strategy tonight, right? And still able to come home P2, so congratulations to you for that. Before we let you go, you had the floor to give out any sponsor shout outs, friends, family, teammates. Have at it.
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to everybody at Slingshot Racing Media, you guys, for doing a great job in the broadcast, and all of our crews that put out the weekly productions Monday, Wednesday, Thursday night. Aaron Smith, and we'll give a shout out to him. I haven't done that at all this season for doing our tutorials. Ellis, obviously, for all the hard work he does behind the scenes. My teammates, Josh, Scotty, Steve, for hanging in there and keeping it cool in the chat all night tonight. Randy for the race control, all the guys right here for a great long green flag run, even if it's not what I needed when I needed it. And lastly, shout out to my mom and dad at home.
Hi, Mom.
Right on. All right. Well, once again, congratulations, Chris. One spot short, but hey, we know you extended your points lead. So, yeah, we'll see you out here next week.
Appreciate it. Y'all take it easy.
All right.
Still shaken up by the outcome of this thing tonight, but we're going to see if we can get Garrett Lane one more time. Garrett Lane, you got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
There he is. Man, you put on a show tonight, end up finishing third place tonight for your first podium here this season, man. Tell me, how you feeling?
Honestly, I'm pretty surprised. I didn't think this track I was gonna do that well.
Well, it definitely looked like the fuel strategy there that you, Chase, and Ryan kind of played into your favor. Were you anticipating that long green run there?
Not really, but it ended up working out. So I noticed around lap 75, and I was like, I just wanted it to stay green because I seen what situation I was in.
Well, one of the things I do want to, how close were you on fuel?
2 laps, 3 laps.
Oh yeah, I had a feeling it was pretty close. Just kind of calculating in my head there, but I'm gonna tell you what, man. Great run tonight. Solid. Got to lead some laps tonight, but before we let you go and celebrate, man, and anybody you'd like to thank that got you here tonight?
I'd just like to thank my family, thank my mom, thank my dad, girlfriend, everyone that just supports me, helped me out along my run.
Well, man, again, congratulations on the third place finish tonight. And are you looking forward to next week at, man, I don't even know where we're going. Is it Talladega?
I hope it's Talladega.
I think it is Talladega. Yeah, it'd help if I looked at the schedule. So how you feeling about Talladega, man?
I did well at Daytona. I got wrecked out there, but I think I got a chance at Talladega.
All right, man. Well, it was good talking with you, and hopefully talk to you again here in the booth next week at Talladega, man. Congratulations.
Right. Thanks, man.
Well, also here, let's get the man of the hour. The man of the hour, Chase Berry. I know you've been talking about it all week, that how much you were looking forward to this race. I was a little upset to see you fall to the back. I think you were saying something about some hardware issues, but you made your way back up to the front. Tell me, man. Tell me. What was that? Was that in your cards for tonight?
No, not at all. I was complaining because I wasn't fast in hot laps. I've always been a decent, I can save my tires longer, and I'm pretty good. But short runs suck and whatever. So I started complaining a lot. So that made me 0.3 faster. But in the beginning, my VR was just going all over the place. It was just like resetting itself. So I'd go down into 1, and I was surprised we didn't wreck because I think French was on the outside of me, and then Aiden sent it 3 on the bottom, and my VR went, nah, I'm just gonna go send you to the back seat. And so I backed out of it, and then I was like, okay, caution came. I was like, all right, I'm gonna pit right here. And I think that was like the lap before the 20, the last yellow. I was like, I'm just gonna pit, take fuel, whatever. And then they wrecked in front right where I was at. So like, all right, cool, good omen, sweet. So I was like, all right. Well, I still just came in top off. I was like 3-4 laps to the good. I was like, all right, I'll just run around. I was like, okay. And then I was still doing it until like lap 30, lap 45. I was like, all right, I just kept hitting the button, resetting it, and then it finally stopped. Then I was like, all right, yada yada yada. I'm gonna take where I can get. Da 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 da. And then next thing I saw Ryan, I saw Gary. I was like, oh wow, this is the lead. Then I saw the white flag. I was like, holy crap, I did it.
Well, at what point tonight did you know, hey man, I actually have a shot at winning this thing?
The white flag. I didn't even know Chris was in second. Like, I didn't know Chris finished second. He had a hell of a run coming back, I guess. I don't know where he came from, whatever, but
yeah, he was about 20 seconds behind you guys when they pitted. So, yeah, man on a mission.
That's good, because I wouldn't have had it up. But I don't know, probably about white flag. I just thought, yellow's going to come out. I'm just going to take freshies, and I'll just line up in front of everybody, and we'll send it. But I like this way better. I didn't like I said, I didn't realize I was, up front until like 5 to go. So,
well, I will definitely say the cards were in play for Chris Smith. We felt like Chris Smith had it in the bag, and you came in, swept it right up from underneath him, man. Before we let you go, Chase, is there anybody you'd like to thank before you kind of got you here tonight?
I want to thank you guys, Spark, for changing out whatever track we went to and go to New Hampshire. I love New Hampshire. It's so much fun, especially when we get green runs. You guys for broadcasting. My teammates, Ryan, Jacob. Who else? Who else we got? We got Willow Treats Bakery. So if you're in Daytona, get you some Willow Treats. It's awesome. And Tees, if she changed her name. All right, cool. So if you need a t-shirt, whatever, get your t-shirt with your face on it, and enjoy the throwback week. It was fun.
Hey, is Willow Treats where we get them cupcakes?
Oh yeah, the
Oh.
Oreo. Yeah,
Oh.
the Oreos.
Oh man, those were amazing.
Yeah, the
My
cookies
favorite
and cream
cupcakes, man. Oh
Oh,
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely highly recommended. Those were probably the best cupcakes I ever had in my life.
I'll make sure to get some when we go to the racetrack next year.
All right.
I'll put them in order.
Well, again, congratulations on the win. I know I won't hear the end of it all week, so we're gonna let you go, man. Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
You know how he is, man. We gotta cut him loose before he talks all night.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. But hey, man, he finally got one done on the Monday nights. He's won on Wednesdays before, but yeah, good run from Chase, and yeah, excited to see him up there getting that win tonight.
Well, too, before we hit up our results and stuff, I want to thank everybody that was watching tonight. Sorry we didn't catch a lot of the replies. Most of our chat tonight was all cheering on Logan, and looks like Logan didn't quite get the finish he wanted tonight. Ended up finishing 10th, but we got a Barndon who just found you guys randomly. Great racing, Steam and commentary, and subscribed. Yeah, thank you, man. Thanks for watching, being a part of the team.
Yeah, we always appreciate that. Always, yeah, root on your favorite driver, and yeah, we'll try to give them a shout out throughout the race. But yeah, I think we go into our results real quick here, and yeah, let's see. Yeah, once again, we'll go through it. We just talked to the top three: Chase Berry, Chris Smith, and Garrett Lane. Rye Jones coming in fourth. Man, we saw he was the leader on that alternate strategy, and it kind of all fell apart right at the end there for Ryan. And
The tires did not like him.
yeah, still brought it home in the top five. Max Kost with that early pit stop got himself fifth. He got by Laura right at the end there. Laura Wiseman in sixth. Almost two top fives in a row. Josh Ward made it through a whole race this time. He didn't get wrecked out of the lead. Brings it home seventh. Pretty solid finish for Josh. I'm sure it's not what he wanted, but hey, just to finish the race is probably good enough for him at this point. Then James Danforth in that 88, we saw he had a lot of speed near the end of that race, and yeah, that pit strategy definitely put him back a little bit further than where he would have been. But a great run from him. Scotty Sobzak in ninth. Great finish. And Logan, you just mentioned, yeah, he kind of fell back from where he was running earlier on, but still brought home a top 10.
Yeah, that pitting early did not help him there at the end. But yeah, rounding off 11th, Joey Stankiewicz, who also pitted back there with Scotty Sobzak, ended up finishing 11th. Brian Probst, we've seen him with the battles, right? that battle between him and Ryan Hinkle, and that mess kind of just for the majority of the back half of this race, finishing in 12th. Rob Liedel fell back, finished 13th. Aiden Neese, Mr. Excitement today, finished 14th. Ryan Hinkle 15th. The remainder of our drivers did finish a lap down, but that'd be Benson Weaver, who we saw battle with the leaders there at the end. Dan Berg, 17th. Robert Probst, 18th. Paul Hahn, we seen get collected in a wreck early on. 19th. Steve Vest, also collected in that lap one wreck, 20th. We didn't speak much of them. Jordan Ives finished 21st tonight. Cam Gillen's 22nd. William Cameron, 6 laps down, 23rd. And our DNFs for tonight were Nathan Gentry, Ryan Rose, Jacob Nickerson, Patrick O'Toole, and Jacob Phillips. Running out 29th. But yeah, solid race tonight, man. Solid race tonight. It was good to see that really, really long green flag run, which was approximately, 70 something laps. So I really shook up and made for an exciting show tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, we needed that. You know, we've really the ARCA races have cleaned up the last couple weeks, but it started off pretty rough, and it's nice to see. You know, we can actually get some green flag racing in and some great side by side action as well.
We did beat a personal best tonight of the fewest cautions at 5. So yeah, I would say that we did a good job tonight.
Yeah, I'd say so too. And yeah, we'll take a look at our points picture going into our next race at Talladega. Chris Smith still able to hold on to that points lead, about a 17-point lead. Yeah.
With Scotty finishing at 9 tonight, he's definitely able to open it up a little bit further, but definitely have some big movers tonight.
Yeah, one of those being Chase Berry with that win puts him up 6 positions into the 4th place. James Danforth right behind him in 5th, but we did just skip over Joey Stankiewicz. That's he's had a very consistent run this season. He's got a still holding on in 3rd place. And yeah, good to see that. Yeah, I mean, you see Hankel, Chris French still up here. Logan lost 1 spot, even though he got a top 10. And yeah, Laura sneaks her way up into the top 10 here as well. Rob Lidl gained a bunch of spots. Yeah, we see Josh Ward up 10. So yeah, really that clean finish for him really helped him out. And yeah, I mean, halfway through the season, the points picture is really starting to take shape.
Yeah, and I mean, like you mentioned with Laura having these good finishes back-to-back weeks, 3rd place last week, 6th place this week, even getting caught up in a wreck today and still finishing 6th today, right? Definitely seeing a lot of improvement, and you can see just from the points that I just skyrocket to the top. That drop week that we do have implemented also helps, kind of gives everyone a freebie week as well, but everybody kind of wants to save their freebie week for what happens next week at Talladega.
That's a very fair point. We saw how Daytona went. Normally our plate races are pretty clean, but so far this season they've been a little rough. But yeah, we'll see if the wider track at Talladega next week makes for a little bit better show. And but yeah, it's definitely good to keep that mulligan for a race like that.
Gotta love a good super speedway.
Absolutely. Yeah, so with that said, I think we are about wrapped up here. And yeah, incredible race tonight. Thank you to everybody that tuned in and commented and yeah, hey, we really appreciate you. We appreciate you know, all the drivers out there that support Spark and all the other leagues that Slingshot TV broadcast here. And yeah, so until next week at Talladega, this is Johnny Rapp for Justin in the booth. We will see you next week.